If you look at the marketing material right now, AI background generators look like magic wands. You drop in a product or a subject, click a button, and instantly transport them from a blank studio to a mountaintop. The reality is much less forgiving. Pick the wrong software, and you will either spend hours waiting for renders that you don't actually need, or you'll end up with flat, unbelievable results that actively hurt your brand. This chart shows the structural trade-off when choosing an AI tool, balancing volume, velocity, and dimensionality. E-commerce requires pushing hundreds of images fast, maximizing volume and velocity, forcing dimensionality to 0. Cinema-grade video needs depth and motion, maximizing dimensionality, but sacrificing bulk speed. Running a 500-item clothing catalog through a heavy video rendering engine costs thousands of dollars in computing credits and weeks of processing time. This flowchart shows how to actually structure your production. You must split your workflow into two completely isolated paths, one for static e-commerce catalogs and another for dynamic video. The software you select determines what slows you down the most. You have to match the tool to the specific bottleneck of your pipeline. Let's look at the first pipeline. You are a seller managing a massive inventory. SKUs, or stock keeping units, are individual scannable barcodes used to track distinct products in a massive warehouse. To handle that kind of volume, you need pure automation. Tools like Pixar offer an API, a software intermediary allowing applications to talk directly to each other, connecting to Shopify. It automatically strips busy backgrounds from your photos, replacing them with pure white. The problem with this automated stripping is the final look. The imagery is clinical and highly standardized. It tells the buyer what the item is, but it lacks the lifestyle context that drives an emotional purchase. To get that lifestyle context back without losing scale, sellers use tools like dynamic mockups. Instead of manually editing each item, you feed the system a single text prompt describing the environment you want, like a minimalist boho living room. The system takes that prompt and applies it across your entire catalog, generating hundreds of unique, branded lifestyle backgrounds simultaneously, while keeping the actual product design untouched. The cost of this speed is control. You cannot dictate exactly where a shadow falls or where a specific prop sits on the table. But when you are processing thousands of items, visual consistency and rapid generation drive far more profit than spending an hour perfecting a single image. The second pipeline serves the boutique lifestyle brand. Here, the catalog is small, but the need for highly engaging, scroll-stopping social media ads is critical. The hands-off nature of bulk catalog tools does not work for this marketer. They require deep curation and precise aesthetic control to match a specific brand identity. This is where Flare.ai steps in. Instead of just typing a prompt, you drag and drop 3D props and manually stage the environment around a single product. You dictate exactly how dramatic, realistic light and shadows interact with the surfaces. The downside is efficiency. Because you have to manually stage each individual item, attempting to process a massive catalog this way would grind your production to a halt. If you need a middle ground between bulk speed and bespoke quality, Pebbly provides an alternative. You upload a single image, and it instantly generates cohesive, brand-matching lifestyle scenes. The compromise with Pebbly is that you are relying entirely on the AI's interpretation of your brand style. You lose the modular drag-and-drop control over props and lighting that Flare provides. In boutique marketing, capturing a specific aesthetic drives sales. The high emotional impact of a perfectly curated ad justifies the slower, manual generation time. The final pipeline belongs to filmmakers and content creators who are working with moving subjects. If you try to stitch a static AI-generated image behind a moving video subject, the cinematic illusion breaks immediately. You run into an issue with temporal consistency. This is the ability of an AI model to maintain the exact details, lighting, and structure of an object or scene from one frame of a video to the next without flickering or morphing. To achieve that consistency in dynamic video, you have to use an engine specifically built for motion, like Ai GenZ Alpha. The workflow here is very highly demanding. You combine Runway's green screen tool with complex prompt engineering to generate the accurate motion, textures, and hyper-realistic lighting reflections your scene requires. Generating video at this fidelity rapidly consumes processing power, which translates directly to high per-second rendering costs. You also simply cannot bypass technical skill. Cleanly compositing your moving subject into this generated environment still requires a high-level understanding of traditional video editing. You cannot treat video AI the same way you treat static image generators. It is not a casual drag-and-drop solution. Cinematic AI is a high-cost, high-skill replacement for building physical sets and renting locations. It saves money compared to a Hollywood production, but it requires serious investment. Now we can map the specific tools we've discussed directly to your pipeline requirements. This chart compares output type against level of control, with static image to dynamic video on the vertical axis and bulk automation to bespoke control on the horizontal axis. For scale-focused sellers, dynamic mockups locks into the static bulk automation quadrant. If you sell on platforms like Etsy, you must navigate their 2025 compliance rules. Their policy requires strict disclosure if the core artwork of your product is AI generated. However, using AI strictly to generate the background mockup of a physical product generally falls under standard digital editing. This usually avoids triggering strict AI disclosure flags on your listing. For pure cataloging, PixArt serves as the baseline for bulk efficiency in this sector. If prioritizing aesthetics over speed, Flare and Pebbly give you bespoke control for static images. For filmmakers requiring motion and temporal consistency, Runway stands alone in the dynamic, bespoke control quadrant. Crossing these quadrants guarantees failure. If you apply Runway's rendering costs to a massive e-commerce catalog, or if you try to use dynamic mockups' flat, static outputs for a dynamic video project, your entire production will completely collapse. You need to stop looking for the best overall AI background generator. The ultimate goal is not to chase the most advanced AI model on the market. Success comes from analyzing your specific workflow and deploying the exact tool that is built to eliminate your unique production bottleneck.